So as you can read by the title, yes, this is an expose of sorts, but not really at the same time. I'm just here to address something that has been on my mind for a while that I need to talk about, because if I don't talk about it, it's going to come out eventually, and if it does come out, then there's going to be a whole lot more problems than there has to be. I used to work for a Roblox asymmetrical horror game. Well, not really horror game, but Roblox asymmetrical game, like Forsaken, that was called Bus of Chaos. It was going to be a Limbus Company inspired one, not even inspired, Limbus Company based asymmetrical game on Roblox that currently has a roster of 4 killers and all 12 base center IDs, as well as one who grips Faust and the one who shall grips Sinclair. Now, I need to explain to y'all why I'm making the video in the first place, because this is just going to give him more publicity than I want him to have right now. Now, he does have a video on his channel that has 10,000 views that you might know, called Fried Chicken Wings. Now, I was the artist for this for the thumbnail for said video, and as well as the former artist for the game. He has been a bit problematic towards most of the dev team and moderators for the Discord server. For example, he just didn't like me at all and decided that the best idea would just to let me go by doing it in the worst way possible and making himself seem like a victim, just a total victim, dude. When I tell you this guy just made it seem like committed a sin greater than burning down an orphanage, and despite me just talking in a VC that ended up getting me fired from the team. Now, see, as a person who really just is like a wandering worker, he just goes around and does work for people and stuff like that. Like, I don't really expect, nor do I really want to be paid. I'm only 14 after all, and I'm making these videos. And even then, YouTube doesn't even pay me personally. But I was hoping I could just stick around for the ride. But the amount of times that this guy made himself seem like a victim and just all these other things have gotten me irritated so badly. And I feel like he just has burning hatred in his heart for me in specific. I'll show y'all a screenshot. Like, it'll be on the screen right about now, but I'll show y'all a screenshot of something that he had said to me when I was just trying to encourage him on a video, because I have no resentment towards the guy. But does that mean that I feel as if his actions for whatever he's done in the past were justified? No. Now see, I still have contact with a few of the team members who have said that this guy has done... He's not the best of a person. I get that we all have flaws, but he's very protective of the Project Moon world, and like how if you don't comprehend it, he will get mad at you and he'll call you a Forsaken kid or a Roblox little nerd and stuff like that. See, I've only personally been playing Limbus for a year. I have a fairly decent team, as you can see by the background footage. Yes, I'm flexing in the middle of an expose, but on multiple occasions he has yelled at his boyfriend for not realize his boyfriend's playing Library of Ruina right now, and he didn't know that Bamboo-Headed Kim was in the library, and Atixer proceeded to yell at him for not knowing that Bamboo-Headed Kim was in the library during the Yield My Flesh to Claim Their Bones intervallo, which I'll show a screenshot of when Swish was talking to me. I find this a bit odd to do, because why are you getting mad at your lover for not knowing as much as you do about a game? Because I know, not all of us read the intervalos. Not all of us know every single tiny little detail. Like how I didn't know that Pablo the Roach, he got mad at me one time for saying, "Who's Pablo?" And he proceeded to say, "Pablo appears in every single Gregor sprite. How did you not see that? Pablo is a tiny little cockroach. How am I supposed to know where a tiny little cockroach sits on Gregor?" Our DMs, they don't start out bad, but as we delve into when I've been working on Bus of Chaos, you'll start to see a pattern of him getting mad at me for the tiniest little things, and then proceeding to try and fire me, but then the community tells him, no, don't fire him. He's literally like the community manager, because I was the community manager for the Discord server, so obviously he's not gonna fire me, but obviously we know, well, I'm making this video, so we know where I am now. So let's go over some of these DMs. First off, we have this one. Now, when I say that he's a liar, I mean this image right here. I'm pretty sure this right here is just like, was his way of getting me to work on the game. I think that was him just trying to, it wasn't really peer pressure, but I don't know the word for it, but him just trying to get me to work on the game because he didn't really have an artist. So he got me on the game and I was on the game. And yeah, but there's screenshot number 2. He has been just overall really odd because he will just scream at me and do all these other random things because he was angry and he wanted to get it out on someone, and I just so happened to message him, so he'd just be like, oh, get away from me, blah, 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 and then just start saying like just the most over-the-top things, saying like the most edgiest, most cornball things. What do you mean it always happens no matter what? I know people like you, and like I have ADHD and autism. Obviously, I'm not gonna act my age. I act like a 9-year-old because even though I'm 14 now, I still act like a 9-year-old. I mean, come on. Would you expect someone like me who makes very unserious videos and does very unserious things to lock in and get it together, man? Come on. Knock, knock. Who's there? Like, no, I'm not going to be able to focus. And now this might be me trying to deflect, but no, I'm not trying to deflect here on purpose. Now, Atixer on multiple occasions has made very bigoted and just overall homophobic statements. I don't have screenshots of these as they are on my phone, first of all, and second of all, I don't have access to my phone. And on top of that, they're just sitting in my hundreds of thousands of screenshots that not hundreds of thousands, but you know what I mean. He has called many different people faggots. What else? He's called them dirty gays. He's done a lot of things. There's a whole quote section where he has just a bunch of things that he said. Now, I don't have access to these because not only am I banned on most of my accounts, he doesn't know one of my alt accounts is still in there. I know you're watching this, Atixer. I know you're watching this, and you're never gonna figure out which one it is, but I can't really access said screenshots because if I was able to, I'd definitely show them on the screen right now. But yeah, no, that's just not something you do, especially when you're gay yourself. You can't really just say that. And then like he knew too, like he knew that what he was saying was bad. He said as soon as we got to 50 members, he was purging the entire server because he knew we'd go from being a low niche community to being fairly known. So yeah, there's that.
Guess what? I'm gay!
Now onto this part, which I find to be one of the biggest offenses of Atixer and his whole thing, is that in his rules, he basically allowed it so that you were able to send what's on the screen in the server, and it didn't matter like at all. Like you could say anything in a what's on the screen context as long as you were of the age to be on Discord, which is 13. I think you can already guess why this is bad. I mean, come on, there's people who range from the ages of 13 to around 17. Shout out our server Unc4, you to go. But yeah, you can already tell why this is bad because a lot of kids aren't really exposed to that stuff yet. And Atixer himself is also 14, so I don't get why he'd allow you to send those kind of things inside of a server full of kids. So, like that's not really a good thing. He also had designated channels named Limbus Yaoi and Limbus Yuri, which allowed you to send the respective genres of and which, if you have at least one brain cell in your mind, you would be able to tell that that's not good, especially given that a lot of people actually partook in those activities. I have screenshots of them, but I cannot show them because YouTube would take this video down, and I'd have to re-edit this entire video to try to get it back out again, which then it wouldn't get the same amount of traction. So, yeah, that happened, and a lot of people said, like, hey, can you take down the channels, yada, 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 and they just, well, Atixer decided that, no, he was not going to take down the channels, and they stayed up. And I checked there recently when I infiltrated the server yesterday and saw that somebody had posted, which I don't think anybody really wants to see. I mean, come on, you really want to see the GOAT Papa Quixote with his belly all inflated up with Bari standing behind him blushing, and him saying, this was the idea most ingenious. Like, no! I do not want to see my goat get done dirty like that. That's not something you just do. And if you indulge in that stuff, you're disgusting. I mean, come on. That's not something that's cool. It's not fun. It's not nice. It's not any of that stuff. It's just straight up weird stuff that you really don't want to do. I mean, come on. Who would do that? That's disgusting. I know I've probably said disgusting like 5 times this entire rant that I'm doing right now, but overall, this section is pretty, well, yes. Now, see, this thing is unscripted, so I'm really just going off of my head here, but yes, there was a time where he had basically just said which again, why would you say that in front of a bunch of minors while being a minor yourself? That's not something that you do. It's nasty, and nobody wants to see that. Personally, I told him, hey, that's not something you want to say. He said, I don't care. It's my server, and timed me out for 30 minutes. Just goes to show how much of a bad person he is. I mean, come on. Like, why? What do you do when someone does that and it's their server? Like, I reported the message to Discord but got no response, so yeah. End of this section.
You were right.
I'll always be a villain.
Now, if you couldn't already tell from what I've been saying this entire time, he is a very petty person. The whole reason I got banned in the first place was over a very petty reason, which I'm pretty sure I explained. I'll go back over that in the editing process. But yeah, he's a really petty person. You can't really do anything like to him and expect him not to slowly get back at you inch by inch, little by little, until you genuinely just go insane, and then he'll call it rage bait. Like, no, that's not rage bait, man. It's not rage bait. It's just really annoying because why would you, like,